There we go. This Ruko Garant 10 is a pain. Let me tell you what. Yeah, the sidebar was trickier than sort of was advertised. A lot of people who've picked, a lot of acid twins and things don't think all that much of the sideboard. There's a reason you'll see that inside, but I kind of had a hard time feeling what was inside of there for a while because the feedback maybe is a little less clear than some other similar sidebars. This is a lift and rotate style. Let's get these. This is the handy kind of back piece that's ever so easy to get in and out. All right, I'm gonna want a shim. Oop, hold on, I don't need 3 shims, gee whiz. I want the key. I have a shim over here. So many shims. Better to have too many than not enough, eh? What? That's right. All right, make sure you keep the sidebar in. Almost lost that guy. So let's take a look at that sidebar. And I'm not 100% sure if this is the actual sidebar that's supposed to be in there, because it has little grooves on it that indicate that it's supposed to interact with some serrations or something on the finger pins to keep it from moving up and down, but it moves up and down pretty freely. Some poker doodle here. So you can see these moves up and down pretty freely, and there's no little side barb there like you would see on maybe an Asa Ruko to prevent it from rotating. It sticks a little bit when rotating, but it's not anything like Ruko or Ice Icon SK6 Extras for Willer Frufen extra code thingy. For Frufencopter. I don't know. Extra German words is what it is. Okay. Well, yeah, let's take those out first. So we have just some standard. Let me readjust this in the camera view. Just some standard key pins. Remember to keep your key in for this part so that the side pins don't come, or the finger pins don't come flying out. All right, like I said, just some standard key pins, nothing special there. We'll take a little closer look at these finger pins, however. So these finger pins have the serrations in them going this way, which in a slightly different lock would interact with the little barbs on the sides of this, preventing you from rotating it easily to get the finger pin to slide into there and engage. All right, so hopefully the camera's relatively focused. So the challenge here is that you can raise this up and down, and it raises up and down fairly easily, and you can't really tell very well whether or not you're in the right spot. It'll start to grab a little bit here because of these deep pockets. So you can kind of tell maybe, but it won't be in the right spot, and the sidebar won't go in until you have it rotated around to the correct position, and then it fits in there just so, and will fall in. Why am I not using the sidebar pocket that I designed for this tray? Tisk tisk. Anyway, yeah, there's just some serrations. Ooh, very serrations in those 4, 5. there. Okay. Oh, jeez. I think the adrenaline of getting that high sec open on camera always causes more shakiness and disasters than otherwise. And I have lost a spring probably forever to the void. I probably have a replacement. That one flew somewhere. I have to get out the magnetic sweeper or something to find that guy. That really flew. It has some barrels with the appropriate counter milling. And we'll get those out now. They're double-sided, so I'm not that worried about seeing which side comes out first. It's not like the acid gins where you have to have the correct side down or it doesn't do much. These being sort of symmetrical about that axis, it doesn't matter so much which way they go in, unless one side has been picked many, many times over and maybe the little lip has worn down. Let's maybe get these other two from the other side here. And there's nothing else special in there. You can see the little groove for the sidebar maybe. And drill protection there. Otherwise, nothing super special, or at least extraordinary compared to other stuff we pick, you know. And there are the guts with maybe here's another close look at the key. A lot of low cuts on this key, probably worked in my favor. Makes the barrels a little easier to pick because you don't have to work through so much of the midsection. Here, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but you can see it's sort of uneven here, and you can see that like these two are sort of angled so that when this pin sits on it, if I don't eject this somewhere, it'll be pushed back to the aft of the lock when it's in there, and that will make this line up evenly with that sidebar. So you got to do a little lifting, and then if you were watching or probably skipped ahead a little bit and you come back, you'll see me moving the pick in and pushing or pulling like this in a kind of sharp motion, and that is a matter of trying to get on that little nub there, the finger part of the finger pin, I might call it, and finding that and pulling it and pushing it, trying to get this rotated to the correct position to line up there. Finger pin 1 here, for example, was giving me trouble because it wanted to start pointing backwards as I was sliding the pick in over and over again because it binds last. So I end up having to pull that forward a little bit. And these also were acting a bit tapered. So I found myself sort of nudging one and then nudging the next and then nudging the next, whereas oftentimes these barrels act tapered. These didn't give me any trouble at all, whereas these rotating finger pins really seem to need to be nudged a lot to get the job done. But anyway, we did, and there it is.